So, Chris, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks. Jeez. I didn't know you got to start with that. I know. Don't look 30, do I?
No, this is the whole reason that we have a bottle of Prosecco here. And I was blagging you that Gino D'Acampo gave it me, but they didn't. Gino D'Acampo's PR gave it me.
Well, I'm actually a little bit devastated about the whole situation because I thought that was because I was the first male on your podcast.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I don't drink and I'm about to have one for you. So,
Oh, okay then. That's fine. I'll finish the bottle.
Yeah. So congratulations and happy birthday. Congratulations on being our first male podcaster and happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So, yeah, I've got a big thing in my face.
Thank you very much. So,
thanks, Gino.
I've invited you on the podcast today because I'm not being big-headed or tooting me on horn, but I get so many messages about my hair all day long saying, what do you do for your hair? How come you didn't lose any in pregnancy? Who does your colour? What is your colour? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, do you know what? There's so many questions. I get loads about hair. But also, El Sarah is always about making women feel special and empowering and amazing. Amen. So I wanted to do some like beauty tips with you.
Okay.
You are a hairdresser. You've been my hairdresser for as long as I've known you. And I'll just give you a quick recap on how I know Chris. It's many moons ago and I absolutely hate bringing this up. But
I was mopping the kitchen yesterday thinking, I bet she brings this up. But then from that, like this friendship formed almost instantaneously, didn't it?
Exactly.
So go on, you say how we met.
We met on a TV show that we both did called Desperate Scousewives. And it's probably about 10 years ago now.
If people Google that, you wouldn't recognise us anyway because we're completely different people. Parts of me have been chopped off and removed and you've just lost half of you.
I know, yeah. The camera did £10 to me. It just didn't need no favours. People used to come up to me and go, God, you look so much slimmer in real life. And I look like a whale on TV.
I think one of the best moments ever was when we were on a night out in London and everybody was always on a diet, weren't they?
Yeah.
And like we just finished doing this PA in a nightclub. Yeah, because we did PAs back then.
Like people used to pay us like 200 quid to turn up to this god-awful nightclub.
Did you? Oh, right. So I'm not even going to mention one of the 10 worst PAs that we did. But after that, we went to Subway. Because we always had junk food, didn't we? Like we lived on pizzas when we were on set and stuff. Yeah. And I remember turning around and you had that Subway in your mouth.
I know. Just absolutely half cut. That was back in the days before I was a health guru and I'm doing what I do now.
And it shows you look fabulous.
Thanks very much. So we met on Desperate Scousewives and it was an instantaneous friendship. And
we got paired off, didn't we, straight away?
We did, yeah. They were like, you two do a bit of an ice-breaking session together. So yeah, it was great. And it was...
smashed it.
It was fun. Listen, I never thought it was going to make me a multimillionaire like the rest of the people did. But I just thought it was a bit of fun and it was a laugh. And we did have some good friendships on there.
That's it. I mean, like, we've still formed those friendships. And everybody that did it back then, did the show, well, I'd say mainly the girls, have all absolutely smashed the hell out of life, haven't they? But I think there's one thing when I first started that is I was a hairdresser. Yeah. And I didn't really want to do it. My partner at the time did. And it was hard graft managing the two of them. Yeah. But then I built a business off the back of that, being a hairdresser. And it's got me where I am today. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I think we got paid £10 or something, didn't we? For like 20 weeks worth of work.
Yeah, we got paid £10 a day for the days we were filming.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the longest days ever.
I know.
But yeah, that's it. And I think if you look at us back then, like that was 13 years ago.
Was it? I thought it was 10. I don't know. I actually don't know.
I don't remember either.
I was probably about 20. You're probably actually right.
I think I was 25.
25-ish, yeah.
So that means 13, 14 years. Yeah. So it was a long time ago. But I think since then, like especially with hair and things, in Liverpool, hair is such a big thing. Yeah. And it starts when you're a kid going to hairdressers with your mum, and then it finishes with your blue set, and when you're in your 80s or whatever. But hair is like your crown and glory, and like my mum always used to say, and my nan, is that you wear it every day. You can't take it off to make the most of it. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things where I've always stayed in the industry, even though sometimes it is really hard work and really hard graft. There's nothing like, and I am a 100% empathic hairdresser. I sit someone down in front of me and I vibe off their mood.
Yeah.
I suck it up like a sponge. And if someone's sad, I'll bring them up. If someone's happy, it brings you happy. The salon's happy. And at the end of it, you get your hair done. It's like a counselling session.
Well, it is. Women that tell the hairdresser nearly everything.
And I mean everything.
Oh, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
The things that I know, the secrets I sit on are worth a fortune. But unfortunately, I'm old and I forget everything.
So give me, so this is one of the questions that I used to...
Oh wait, sorry, can I just correct you as well? You said before, what do I do with my hair? You do nothing.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't do anything. I can't...
and that's why it looks this good.
This way it looks this good. So I only have 2 vices in life. The gym, PTs, sessions, and going to get my hair done. But both of those I see as a big investment and not really an expense, because for the time I'm sat there, I get 2 blow dries a week. And for the time I sit there, I can do my emails, I can catch up on, I can write some Instagram content, I can reply to customers while I'm getting my hair done, because 1, then I know it looks good for the rest of the week. And 2, it just gives me that time back where I can sit dedicated on my phone and just get my work done.
Well, to be fair, whilst you're sitting in front of that chair, I've never seen somebody put on a full makeup, put a contact lens in, have something to eat, hold a conversation, reply to an email, and then feed a baby. And I'm like, she is me.
Yeah, complete multitasking.
But that's it. And then when you're sitting in that chair, it's very few and far between now in this day and age that you actually get 5 minutes to yourself, let alone an hour. And being a mother, and then obviously I'm a horse daddy. You don't actually get to do anything for yourself. You do it for everybody else or to provide for your life. And when you're sitting in that chair, as well as again you're getting your hair done, it's just it's an absolute a 100% guilty pleasure, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
Sitting
Well, for
down.
me, it is a necessary investment because, well, I have to be camera facing a lot of my week. So I'm either doing a podcast or I'm doing a speaking event or I'm doing even Instagram lives or anything like that.
Yeah.
So my hair always has to look lovely. So I don't see it as an expense. It's really necessary for me. But yeah, the questions I get all the time are what do you do to make a woman's hair fantastic? So the one thing I used to do, and you used to go mad at me for when I first met you, I'd come in and you'd be like, have you dyed this with a box dye? And I'd be like,
God.
No. And you were like, yes, you have, I can tell. So, right, but I actually don't know the reason. And how do you know, right? So why is box dye awful?
So I would say, apart from it's called box dye, is the hint in the name maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, so box colours, the thing with them is that they are, one, you don't know what you're talking about when you put your own colour on your hair, because when it comes to looking at someone's face, when I first sit someone down, you'll see my eyes like a scanner. I'll be going across your face. I'll be checking out your bone structure, your eye colour, your eyebrow colour, your hair placement, your forehead size, everything, the length of your neck, the texture of your hair, the undercoats of your hair.
Okay.
So all of these different things, you don't just go into Tesco and go, I fancy being a chestnut today. You just can't do that. Most people, they'll buy a box dye and go, wow, my hair's jet black now and I can go blonde.
Yeah.
See, what happens is you put it on and then it rips the scalp off you and then burns the hair. Most hair colours that come out of a box are really full of ammonia and lifting agents. You can't put a colour on your head and expect it to be done in 9 minutes.
No.
It might be nice and easy, but your scalp's going to fall off. You could have an allergic reaction. No one does allergy tests anymore. And there's just, people think, you just sit behind a chair all day, stand behind a chair, mix some colour up in a bowl and slap it on the head. All those points I mentioned before, that's why you should always go to a professional. But back to box dyes, the ammonia content is really, really high. And the other thing that it does is it's progressive. So what happens with progressive hair dyes is you apply it once, like a coat of nail varnish, and you get the colour. Yeah. Apply it again, you get a darker colour. Yeah. Apply it again, you get a darker colour. So every time you put a box colour on, you'll end up with like a fab lolly ice. It'll have all these different colours because it reactivates the old colour and brings it darker. And the next time you put it on, it's the same thing again.
Stripy.
And that's why you see women in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and they have red hair there and then matte black down the bottom. Right. It's just about knowledge. Yeah. And I don't believe in them. I think you should always, it's not even about getting the desired result. It's about the journey to get there as well. Yeah. The conversation, the time out from your house, the time away from your kids, your husband, your job.
Absolutely, yeah.
We got some clients, and again, like I said before, you'd absorb their attitude. Some people come in and they don't want to talk.
Yeah, they want a silent appointment.
They want
yeah,
silent.
that's
We get people
brilliant,
actually asking for silent appointments. That's one thing that we ask now on the phone. Like when we do our consultations, it's how would you like to be called? What like pronoun and stuff like that, obviously, because that's what we do now. But it's also what kind of appointment would you like? And if someone comes in and just says, you know, I just want to have a conversation, I want to sit in silence, I'd like somewhere private to work.
Yeah.
You cater for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like you said, it's an investment, but not only financially, it's also emotionally. Like it's not just a hair appointment, it's so much more.
Yeah. No, that is true. It's well, some people like to be pampered. Some people are coming in, rushing and doing a lot of things. That's usually me. I'm not sitting there like switching my phone off and relaxing. But some people like, that's it, you know, they go once every 3 months and it's like a big deal for them. And I love that. Yeah. So, okay. So what colour do you actually do to my hair? I actually don't know. And actually we need to get in there because
you'll never know.
Black roots.
She'll send me a WhatsApp saying, I want my hair done, what do you think of this picture? And I just blank it because I'm like, when you come in for your appointment, I'm going to do what I want anyway.
Exactly.
Because you like, so with your hair colour, so you naturally, I'd say like a base 5.
Right.
And it's got like, it looks flat, but as soon as you start to lift it, it goes really yellowy. But with you, we have baby lights around the front and we have balayage. And then we stopped putting any colour in between. And now we tone it with like a pearlescent beige. So
sounds so technical.
It is technical because there's not, with colours, there's obviously, if I said to you, 813, or 913 or 912, the primary tone and then the undertones after it, they're all doing a job.
Right.
And that's why you can't have a box there because you don't know how to rectify a problem.
Absolutely. And it's all one flat colour as well. It's not like you're going to sit there and put low lights in. And
no, you can't do that.
Hair shouldn't be one flat colour, should it?
No,
really?
never. If you were to grab your hair and cut it, you'd see about 10 different coloured pieces of hair with all different colours. And that's how I think hairdressers, and that's how I've made my money because I tailor make every colour service to the client. And that's why I'll never give my secrets away. So ask me again.
Well, I tell you what, you're not just, this isn't like you just saying, yeah, you're super successful, but you won, oh, my boobs hanging out. You won the L'Oreal Colour Trophy, didn't you?
I didn't win the Colour Trophy. No, I've entered a few times, but what I did do is I won a place on the L'Oreal Colour ID Artist team. You go around to different countries, mainly in Europe, and then you showcase little pieces, you do catwalk shows, and that was something that I never wanted to get into.
Right.
But I was turning 30 or something, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to push myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And I learned so much, and I met so many amazing people as well. I'm not really big into competitions and stuff because I don't do it for the fame game.
Yeah, yeah.
I genuinely get my rocks off on making women happy with the hair.
Yeah.
And making them happy in themselves as well. Like I love, there's nothing better than someone coming into the salon, like deflated and not feeling polished and then leaving like a big shiny penny or a gold pill.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, well, listen, I'm in the same game for the same reasons.
That's
I absolutely love taking these women and they feel awful and then making them feel $1 million. But yeah, one is working on the inside and one is polishing up on the outside.
It's a 50-50 game.
No, it is.
And it really is.
That's why this platform, and this is why I wanted to have a chat with you because you've got some great hacks and Elissa Roar's platform is about making women feel brilliant on the outside as well as the inside.
I think once the inside's good, the outside's good.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other. I think it's the same with anybody. You can be polished up to the hilt, but you can feel like shit on the inside.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you work on both of them and with everything, you've just got to find what's good for you, have your vices, but concentrate on like the good. And that's why I do the outside, you do the inside, and then vice versa. It all works in occasion.
So we've got a lot of like older ladies who take our pills and hair gets different as you get older, doesn't it?
100%, yeah.
So what would be the best protocol for ladies? Like we get lots of messages about thinning hair and things like that.
Do you know, with thinning hair, it could, most of the time, it's down to, it is hereditary.
Yeah, and hormonally
And
hormonal,
massively. But some of the things like...
because there's a lot of bullshit we see on the market as well, saying this is going to make shampoos and conditioners that say this will make your hair thicker, and it's just not going to
fluffs
cut
it out,
is it?
makes it tatty, and that's how it works. A lot of the best ways with like one of my biggest hacks is how you wash your hair.
Right.
So if I said to you, if you're in the shower, imitate how you're washing your hair for me.
Okay.
Oh, actually, do you even wash your own hair?
I don't really wash my hair, but if I was to, I would. First of all, this is going to shout at me now. I would take my L'Oreal Elvive.
Can I have a bucket?
My L'Oreal Elvive, number one. I would do that, and I would do 2 shampoos. And then I would do...
Pennies for that.
Yeah. And then I would do my conditioner, of which I would probably mainly concentrate on the lengths. And then sometimes...
You're just telling me what I want to hear.
No, I swear, this is what I do. And then I get my lengths and I put it all over like this onto the top of my head, so that it gets it gets the top, but I don't like to do too much of the top because it make it greasy.
What conditioner is this? Is you going to tell me
Another Elvive one. Then sometimes I use a mask by Kerates, and sometimes I use Wonder Water.
Wonder Water, that's the smoothing one.
Yeah. Is that any good?
What was that?
The 8-second L'Oreal
it is.
Wonderful Water, whatever it's called.
It is, but then you've got to question what it's doing.
Well, exactly, because I'm like, what the hell fuck is it doing in 8 seconds? It's making it like shiny like a mirror.
Well, it says rinse it off after that time. So I imagine it's either relaxing the hair or just coating it in silicone.
Right.
So what happens with that? So when you wash your hair, so you were like, I'm going to give you like a 5 out of 10 on that. Okay. Actually, no, 3, because you mentioned Elvive.
Don't forget your drink. I'm only bloody
I
drinking.
won't forget my drink. Just give me a sec.
By the way, you can move your microphone. You don't need to be scared of it.
Stop it, boys. All right, so Elissa, calm down. Shut your hands, one drink. She said that. Oh.
I know. This is why I don't drink. I know.
What we're saying, like I'm totally distracted now.
Okay,
I'm
so
actually blushing a little bit.
Washing my hair.
Okay, so washing your hair. So if your hair is always greasy, loads of people come in and go, my hair's greasy. It's greasy constantly. I wash it 4 times a week.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, no, that's not why. That's one of the reasons why. What are you washing your hair in? So the first thing you should do is never buy shite shampoo and conditioner.
Is Elvive shite shampoo and conditioner?
Well, how much is it?
Well, yeah, I would imagine. It's like me buying supplements from Holland & Barrett. It's totally.
It's literally, the way I like to describe
this is why I don't wash my own hair, by the way.
If you use a product like I love IQ, shampoo and conditioner.
Right, okay.
I love them because it's paraben-free, sulfate-free, vegan, animal-friendly, everything. It's all the good stuff. So if you buy Elvive, it'll foam up loads.
Yeah.
So that'll tell you straight away, there's loads of detergent in it.
Yeah.
Now, you wouldn't use, I don't know, Fairy on a silk blouse.
Okay.
Okay, so first
Maybe
of all...
I would, I don't know. I'm not very good at washing either.
So you wouldn't put loads of sulfates on your hair. You wouldn't put loads like sodiums and stuff because it'll just fluff up.
Okay.
So it's stripping your colour, stripping your scalp. And then if you use your fingertips, what you're doing is you're actually massaging the sebaceous glands in your head. So that makes them activate. So it makes your hair greasier straight away. So you use the palms of your hands instead. So when you're washing your hair, you use the palms of your hands, and that isn't massaging them, it's still cleansing.
Okay.
Always do 2 shampoos and conditioners.
Is that just a way to sell more shampoo? Or does it actually,
No,
the first one get the stuff off, and then what does the second one do?
So that actually cleans the hair.
Right. Okay.
Because if you've got greasy hair and you wash it once, it never feels really clean, and you'll always miss bits as well. So always do 2 washes, and then rinse it, obviously, and then using I wouldn't say red hot water again, because red hot water or really hot water massages the sebaceous glands, so then your scalp's going to be greasier. And then when it comes to the conditioner, I always towel dry mine.
Right.
With, excuse me, you and that drink, I'm like burping now.
I know.
So with, I always towel dry my hair, and I never use a towel. I always use what are they called?
Like a chamois leather?
No, like
almost.
A chamois leather. I'm not a car. Like a microfiber cloth.
Yes.
Like a microfiber cloth, and a scrunch it, especially with my hair being curly. I scrunch it, and then I'll put the conditioner through the ends. Again, I use IQ or Kerastars, but I always like to go for brands which are vegan. And animal cruelty free, 100%. And then start with the bottom, and then I use a wide tooth comb.
Right.
And I use a bamboo one as well.
Okay, obviously, sustainable.
Sustainable, and my dogs love to eat them, so again, that's convenient too. And it stops your hair getting static.
Well, I hate plastic. We're trying to stay away from plastic around here.
Indeed. So there's a little hints and tips there, but if anybody ever, like any of your clients say that what refer them to me, I'll answer all day long, I will.
I'll tell you what other shampoo I've got, only because of our friend Amanda Harrington.
Could someone get me
messaged about it?
Machine to bring me back to life after this one? Go on.
Nioxin, yeah.
Nioxin is actually amazing.
Is it?
So
it's pricey.
It's pricey, but it does what it says on the tin.
Right.
I don't know whether they tested on animals or not, but nioxin was made famous years ago after Kylie Minogue was recovering from cancer.
Right.
So, and my mum's always used that. My mum's
Right.
used that for years as well. And it cleanses the scalp. And then the products, the follicle booster and stuff, they bring the fresh blood and oxygen to the surface.
Right.
So nutrients is carried in fresh blood.
Yeah.
So that's why you put that stuff on, and that's what it does. And in all fairness, a gentle massage on dry hair brings the blood to the surface. If you're going to if your hair is thinning, try the things that are good for you first before you go to products.
So I've seen these like silicone kind of like things that you hold that you can put your shampoo on with as well. I see a lot of trichologists say these things are good.
Are they getting paid by them?
Maybe, but
let me guess, TikTok?
No, it wasn't on TikTok. Yeah.
Do you?
I've got one in the drawer, but yeah.
So you bought it and never used it?
Well, it's in the drawer. I'll be honest, I don't wash my own hair.
True,
You know what I mean?
okay.
The only time I've washed it was when I went to Greece on holiday.
I don't know what silicone's going to do to your hair when you massage it. Like, why not just use your fingertips?
It's just a little brush, but yeah, it's probably just another irrelevant tool.
I suppose it is like a massager. I imagine that would be good for that, but then just using your fingertips. Like,
yeah, you're right.
And not loads of friction.
Okay. Okay, so as you're getting older, hair gets a bit thinner.
Hair gets thinner, yeah.
What would you say? I mean, what would be a protocol for some great hair hacks? What do you think of like extensions then? Liverpool is built on extensions.
It is.
Is that a way to go for if you've got thinning hair?
Do you know what? Actually, yeah, that's a really good subject, because thinning hair, it can be, your hair's fine, you want to thicken it up. People look at hair extensions and think, oh, I'm going to have bald patches, or I'm going to buy that girl that was standing in Tesco with that blonde wire wool horse hair.
And then, yeah, exactly.
But then nobody, like, you had extensions
for about 10 years.
For about 10 years.
And nobody would have known they were extensions.
Nobody would have known. Because, do you know why? Because, again, it all comes down to the consultation.
Yeah.
You're looking at the hair thickness, how the client wears the hair, where they wear the part, and the colour match. And it all comes down to the stylist being that kind of person who gives a shit as a profession, to look at what works and what doesn't. I have clients now, and the one thing that I am is completely honest with my clients. I know my profession. If you come in with an idea of what you want, I guarantee you're not going home with that.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Be right, yeah.
That's it. Like, I'm not going to go to the dentist to go, I think I need 2 fillings, do this amalgam, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't, trust the professional. With hair extensions, there's so many different types. I think I do about 10 different types, and I trained in them about 15, 16 years ago. And I've seen all the fads, and I've seen all these.
I keep seeing stuff for like tapes, and I think, I don't know for me personally, I had extensions for ages, and I had the weft, and they were like, it was like sewn in at the back. On a braid. And I thought that was for me, because I'm not very gentle with my hair. There's no way I could have had those little bonds. I would have pulled them out. I would have ragged them out. I've always got my hair on top of my head. You would have seen them all. For me, nobody would have known that they were extensions. And It just made my hair look even more like big and bouncy and flowy. I mean, now I've got a baby, I haven't got bloody time for them. But they were incredible. They were absolutely incredible.
There's that many different types of hair extensions. There's something out there for everyone.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to the consultation, and then obviously all of the other stuff as well. But that's what you ask the client how they're having their hair. And if you go into a salon and you don't get asked 100 questions before someone does your hair, run out the door.
Really, yeah.
Because you need to know what you're talking about. And then as well, you're educating your clients.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I've been in this, so I get clients that come into me now and they're like 50, 60 years old and older. And they say to me, you're the first person that's ever showed me how to blow my own hair.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm not giving you like the keys. What is it? The keys to the garden?
Keys to the castle.
Keys to the castle. I'm not giving you the keys to the castle. But what I am doing is making your life a little bit easier. So extensions are good in the right hands.
Yeah.
Done by the right person.
Yeah.
And it's the same with bleach, hair bleach.
Correct.
Like, loads of people go, do I have bleach on my hair? I'm like, you're white. Of course you do.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like bleach. Well, do you like your hair? Yeah. Well, that's exactly why I didn't tell you what was on it, because you don't need to know. It's a need to know basis.
Yeah.
Bleach is like I in the salon, I use like the Rolls Royce of bleaches.
Right.
And I'm not telling you which one that is. And it in the right hands, it is the best product on the planet. You can get an Asian person's hair, which is like matte black to white blonde. It'll take you a day or two to get it like that.
Really?
But it's worth it.
Right.
If you know what you're doing. Like, do you even know there's such thing as a colour degree?
I do now.
Well, I've actually got one.
Okay, this is why you're an expert on this subject, and this is why I wanted you to come in and talk about this, because it is more than just walking into any salon and going on Treatwell and going, oh well, they're 25 quid. You know what I mean?
I don't use Treatwell, thank you very much.
No,
Robin fuckers. I'm not joking.
I know they are. 30% of your first client.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Don't get me started. I'll finish that glass and I'll be like, Treatwell. What were you talking about? You made me angry now.
Right, go on. Colour degree.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Do you know Central St. Martin's in London?
No.
Where like
oh, I do. It's like an arts. It's like
an art school,
college,
like fashion designers,
right,
like massive ones,
yeah,
like
is, yeah.
Vivienne Westwood and everything. We're all stars in there. That's where I did my colour degree.
Right.
So I used to travel to Manchester every Monday and Tuesday for a year.
Right.
And then I go to Albert Slosh afterwards and get sloshed. and then I went to Central St. Martin's, and that's where I had my graduation.
Right.
And in that's where I learned half the information I've just given you. I paid £10,000 for that.
Right.
And it's the best £10,000 I've ever spent. And that's where you learn all these key things and like how to get the perfect colour hair on any colour hair.
Yeah.
And it's all about when you look at when a hairdresser like looks at your face and looks at your eye colour and looks at your eye shape and looks at your cheekbones and looks at the length of your neck, your hair texture, and then asks you how you're wearing it and what you like to do and how much maintenance you want. It's just tailor making it. For every service should be tailor-made for the client. And
the thing is, I mean, I'm a big believer in your hair should be complimenting you. Like, yes. And it really should. For me, and I know you do some unreal, like wacky colours and you can do rainbow stuff. I mean, it ain't for me, but you know, there's a big market for it.
Do you know what though? If I actually was to do it on you, I'd make it work for you. It was never going to.
It's not going to work for me. I like to look like I should be on a yacht in the south of France and everything is subtle but beautiful. You know what I mean? Like a Heidi Klum swim model. I
was going to say like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, something like that. Or like a Jennifer Lopez colour I've got at the moment going on. But that's the kind of... I
think yours is nicer. Her hair's fried.
I just want to look like... it compliments me. I used to have like jet black hair, almost
was that the box dye days, was it?
Yeah. And when we did an episode of Scousewives, I had dye all over my neck.
I remember it.
In one of the shots because I'd just been called in last minute to refilm something and everyone was like, oh my God, you skank. You've got hair, you've got like dye on your neck. And then I used to tweet them back and go, yeah, well, this is what happened in my day. And they were like, oh my God, so sorry, babe. As soon as you replied, they'd back down, wouldn't they? Any troll. They'd soon back down when they got a reply.
We got trolled something
I
rotten.
didn't, to be fair. I never got trolled much. You got a lot. Layla got the most.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like, yeah, I did.
I got let off. Like, everyone used to go, oh, God, love you. You just like, you know, you don't take no shit from anyone. I never got into any rows with any girls, and I just used to like put that guy in his place, really.
Yeah. That's very true as well.
You know, so they actually made me really look great on that show, better than I probably actually was in real life.
Nah, we were all work in progresses.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, so we touched on extensions and why we think they're good. So there's loads of different types of extensions.
Yeah.
If you've got thinner hair, I would imagine a different application.
Thinner hair, I would actually say tapes, single-sided tapes with the silicone bond at the top.
Right.
Or individuals, nano individuals.
Is that because... And what is a nano individual?
So a nano individual is 1 gram of hair in a length. And then at the top, it's got a silicone bond. And then from that, it's got this little tiny silver wire.
Right.
And that's what goes into these little tiny beads. Don't look at my nails. I've got like, they're so stained off me horses. That's so minty. And yeah, so like you'd use them for like finer hair. If somebody wanted something that was invisible, then like wefts are really good. But applied in a method that would suit your scalp and hair needs. The mix is endless. I could use 3 different methods on one person.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's horses for courses. It depends on your hair, depends on your age, it depends on the length, it depends on your hair type. That
again, it all comes down to the consultation.
It does.
pride myself on the fact that I know my shit.
Yeah.
And it took me years to get here, and I'm still learning now. Like, I've got whippersnappers coming into the salon, trying to run rings around me, and I'm like,
no chance.
And I'm sitting
There's
there
still life in the old dog,
yeah. Well, a little bit of life. He's limping, but he's fine. I sit there and I'm just like, you get them talking the talk, and they come in, and you're like, wait till Friday comes. And you've seen the salon what it's like on a Friday and Saturday. And like, I don't take breaks because I just like crack on. And these newbies come in and they're like, when do I get a break? I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. You've just had your breakfast. Like, what? Do you want a break?
Yeah.
My feet are killing me. Do you know we had a client, this always makes me hurt. We had an apprentice come and oh wow, she was shocking. So one of the clients asked her, oh God, I hope she's watching this. One of the clients like, can you make me a white coffee?
And she's like, no.
No. She went into the kitchen and rang her mum. Mum, how do you make a white coffee? She rang her mum. How did she not know how to make a white coffee?
Well, to be honest, Danny is my partner and he's in hospitality, and he had a situation once where somebody said to one of the apprentices there, yeah, can you put some water in that? It was they were making a cup of tea in the teapot, and he just put like cold water in it, and he was like, no, hot water needs to go in the teapot. But you know what? That could be nerves.
No, it's not nerves. It's because these children don't know hard work. Like it's like, another one. I hope she's watching this because this girl is dangerous, and if anyone employed her, I won't say her name, obviously. I asked her, like, all the apprentices clean. Like, when I first started hairdressing, I was almost 20.
Yeah.
So my mum raised me, like, if you clean, you get paid for it.
Yeah.
Great work ethic. So I was like, can you do me a favour? Can you wipe around the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, if I said wipe around the bathroom, you'd know what to do, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then she goes in and then she wipes around the bathroom and then she comes out and with the same cloth starts cleaning the kitchen. And I was like, is that the same cloth you just cleaned the toilet with? And she went, yeah. I was like, okay, stop right there, right now. Point at what you've cleaned. And she was like, and like points to nearly everything in the room. And I was thinking, oh my God, there's going to be pubes everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
I hope not.
No, they weren't. And then after that...
And then someone goes and makes a cup with a white coffee with pube in it.
But yeah, after that, I was just like, now I have to show these kids how to clean too.
Yeah.
Like, my job isn't hard enough. But
there you go. Well, I don't know what the answer is. I don't like to sit here and pontificate about Gen Z, but I'll save that for off the podcast. But
oh God, yeah, okay, please do.
I do worry about the next generation. They've all got issues, haven't they? And they're all a bit like work shy. But yeah, I think it is the parenting, and I'm really sorry to my little Grace, but my God, she will not get a thing. She'll get rewarded if she does something like exceptional or whatever, but I'm expecting big things from her.
I wouldn't expect anything different from you.
No.
I think it's we get raised, I haven't got children yet, but I will raise my kids how I was raised.
Yeah.
Because that my mum and dad, like my dad was the strict one. My mum was strict. We never got anything because we wanted it. We got it because we needed it. And like I've worked since I was 14. And it's only of late with trouble with my foot that I've had to reduce down to part-time. But in my head, I could probably work till I'm 100. I will literally be doing stuff till I'm 100. Maybe not in the hairdressing industry because one day I will have to hang up my scissors. But it's like I've got work ethic and I love the fact that I've got that because everything I've got in life, like you speak to people and being a business owner now, you speak to some people and they go, oh, you must be minted, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you know what? At least 2 months out the year I am.
Yeah.
And after that, like no one sees what goes on. Like a duck's feet underwater to get that saying right.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. I always say it's like a swan on the top. You know what I mean? It's looking beautiful and serene, but underneath it's like fucking hell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. You've been a startup. Like when you first,
I still am a startup.
No, you're not. You're smashing life.
Startup, mate.
You found a niche in the market. But I'll never forget. Like whenever Elissa come to the salon, I'd be on my client and she'd come in and it'd be like, hi everyone. And you'd say hi to everybody. Your energy was always peppy. And this day you came in and I was like, she's got no makeup on, her hair's on, and she's got a tracksuit on. What's going on? And you didn't say nothing to no one. You just sat on the couch and I was doing my client. And like I said, I had an emotional sponge. I went, are you okay? And he went,
Yeah, I was like literally welling up thinking,
I went, get outside now.
What have I done here? Like, what have I done? I've spent so much money on this thing, and it's just like, I was just in the throes of like...
Was it pre-launch day, was it?
I hadn't launched the business yet, but I'd spent so much money trying to bring it to life, and I was just like, what have I done? I couldn't even eat. I'd lost so much weight because I had so much anxiety. And these are things that like people never even know about. They just see the end finished product and like, you know.
It was a journey for you, wasn't it?
Christ
well, anyway,
almighty,
so we ended up sitting outside, didn't we?
Yeah.
And like she just sat there hugging her knees, like crying, like what have I done? And I was like, listen, there's one thing I know about business is that you put your heart and soul into it and then you can't give it anymore and then it'll fly. Because you've put your heart and soul into it. If you go into anything in life half-arsed, half-cocked, it's always going to fail because you know it's going to fail because you're only putting half your effort in. As soon as you put 100% into anything, even if it was to fail, which it probably wouldn't.
Do you know what? Even if it did fail, it doesn't matter.
You know you could have done anything different.
You did 100% effort into it. You couldn't have tried any harder. And that is the difference.
I'm going to have a sip before you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100. Here's the 100%.
To that. You've got to put 100% in. Then at least you know, tell you what, I left it all on the table and it still didn't work. Then you know you did.
If you're not ill from something, you haven't tried half enough.
Yeah, if you're not lost like 2 stone overnight and like spent every money you can imagine. Yeah, and I've been thinking, wow, I might have bailiffs at the door here. That's
the
reality of it.
Well,
but when your back's up against the wall, for me, it's the only way I can work. If my back's up against the wall, whether it be time management or anything, if it has to be done right now, then my God, I'll do it. And I will absolutely give it my... I seem to like work really well under extreme pressure.
Do you know what? That's one thing in life I fail at. Time management. Do you know why? Because my day is run on 20-minute slots.
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm out of the salon, my 20 minutes, I don't even look at a clock. I literally just do things like by the seat of my pants and how I want to do it because I'm late for everything. I was early today for you, but I'm late for everything outside the salon because I hate running to a schedule when I'm not in work.
Right.
It's my birthday yesterday and Curtis was like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to go for a meal? Do you want to go to a spa? And I went, no, I don't. Do you know what I want to do in the morning? I want to get up without an alarm clock. I want to go to the horses on my own. I want to spend the afternoon doing all the stuff that I want to do at my own pace because usually in the morning we get there at 5:30 and we've got to be gone by 7:15, 7:30 to get to work. So I was there till 2:00, did everything at my own pace. Ate whatever I wanted, which was mainly everything. And then I went shopping for like DIY stuff and nuts and bolts and I got home. Excuse me.
For a gay man, you're really into like your DIY.
I mightn't look like it now, but I love DIY.
You might look very flamboyant and into hair, but he's very handy.
Very handy. I've renovated 2 of my own houses as well on my third. And that was my ideal day. Not doing things on time management. And in the night time, I didn't know what time it was. And Curtis was like, what do you want to do now? And I was like, I want 2 corn on the cob and a bowl of noodles. He was like, what?
Nice.
He was like, that's just the weirdest tea ever.
Never mind birthday cake.
No, it's not a birthday cake. I don't want it.
Same. I'm not a birthday cake type person. Yeah.
I'm a donut guy.
Oh no, I'm not into
donuts.
Not into processed food. You know me.
Well, because you can't beat a custard donut. Oh my sweet Jesus.
No, not for me. So if anybody is watching this, they might recognise you a little bit, not from Scousewives, but you've met the beautiful Curtis now, who is also working in your salon, who did my beautiful blow dry today. But you also went on first dates.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Didn't you? Well. It seemed like freaking ages ago.
It was, because that was pre-COVID. So it was filmed 3 or 4 years before COVID.
Right.
And like my current partner, can I say current partner? Does that sound bad?
His fiance.
Yeah, my fiance. I actually employed him 9 years ago.
Right.
And as soon as he walked in, I was like, hi. But I was married at the time. Now divorced. Like first dates was...
Good experience. You got a nice little break in Italy, didn't you?
It was in Naples.
Hotel.
It was Naples.
Better than the one they do in Manchester.
Well, actually, never had no hot water, and I threw a bitch fit in the daytime and got absolutely pie-eyed. Forgot I was on a TV show, dancing around the room, naked, listening to music, eating chips.
Nice.
Yeah,
and then
we date was a show. The lovely male, and thank God he's well after his cancer scare. He was like, "Here's your date," and I turned around and went,
oh, really? So you knew straight away he wasn't for you?
I was like, he's a lovely lad. I'm not going to say his name. He's a lovely, lovely lad. but not what I asked for. I thought it was like you give them a shopping list and they go and find you one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was like, what's your ideal man?
Really, so is that how it works? You give them the shopping list of like, this is my type.
Yeah.
But maybe you don't know your type.
I do know my type. It's my fiance. I like them tall, I like them dark, green eyes. I like them emotionally apt.
Right.
I just like, I like what I like. And then this guy turned up and he had like a skinhead and he was like 4 foot. I wasn't ready 4 foot. Oh God, cut that out. And I was just like in shock. And I was like, I wore my good pants for this and everything.
Oh God, I bet it's
it was an experience. The people I met though, like I met this lovely guy called Tricky Ricky. And I still speak to him now.
Yeah, I know Tricky Ricky.
I gotta know you do.
I don't know him like that.
No.
We had a few Instagram messages.
No, because I brought him to Liverpool and you bumped into him then. But like he is, and then he's just a sweetheart. Oh, I love him.
Yeah, nice.
He's a sweet guy, isn't he?
Yeah, even though he like looks like
like a bearded, like
very sensitive person.
Yeah, he is. He's lovely.
No, so that's an amazing experience.
Do you know what? Like, I just want, like, there's loads of things that people don't even know me. Like, we used to work in Vegas, didn't I? Well, you went to Vegas with us?
No, I didn't go with you.
Who was that then?
That's Claire Hobson.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Who's also been on our podcast.
Oh yeah, actually the other week.
Yeah, so I never went with you. I just remember coming back and seeing a copy of Reveal magazine, and there's a picture of Chris and our other Scousewife friend who had got married in Vegas.
No, I don't think her actual current husband knows about that, so maybe you might want to cut that out.
Really?
Well, I don't think he'll be watching it. I don't think he'll be
watching this podcast.
No, he won't.
Maybe we do cut that out. How the fuck does he not know about that?
Just blurb the name, and then no one will know.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, when I used to work in Vegas, I used to chaperone and do hair and makeup.
Right.
For these American women. Like when you think of American like beauty pageants like Miss Hawaiian Tropic, you think pure glamazons with this gorgeous hair.
Yeah.
No, it was like honey boo boo hair.
Oh really?
Oh my God. Everyone's hair was fried. Like it was just like it was destroyed. And I'd done that for like 5 years on and off. And I had the most amazing times and everything was paid for by these multimillionaires who just wants to hang around with these girls and they needed male chaperones.
Oh, really?
I mean, not that I was a very good one because as soon as I pinpoint a girl out of these 100 that was like on my wavelength, I'd be like, gay clubs now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was a mega experience.
It was.
I do find that though. So I think Liverpool has got some fantastic hair and fantastic hairdressers. Yeah. And when I've moved down south, I could not get a blow dry anywhere. They used one brush and it'd be like a tail comb or something. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing to my hair?
This is what shocks me.
And I honestly don't know why you haven't made your own like blow dry, just basically renamed a blow dry, a curly blow.
You can't reinvent the wheel.
No, you can. Oh, believe me, you can. If somebody can do a bloody wax and tint on eyebrows and call it HD brows, I'm sure you can come up with a blow dry. And then go around the country teaching people in your methods, right? The way you do a blow dry, right, is sick. And they need to know in London because they use one brush and I'm like, hi, can you leave that brush in and do another one? And then they're like, what? They haven't even got enough brushes.
No, they don't. That's what
they haven't got any brushes.
It's shocking. Like I've been to London and as I said, when I used to go down.
Let me just bring the audience up to speed because we might have London listeners and they'll be thinking, what?
Oh yeah, we don't want to offend anyone.
No, explain what you do and how you blow dry hair.
Okay, so one thing I will say about Liverpool, like you've just said, is there's some really talented blow dryers. There's some really, what the hell is in that Prosecco? There's loads and loads of talented stylists. But like when it comes to doing a blow dry, like the products are key. Like whenever I teach any of my graduates, I always teach them blow dry the front of the hair first. So if you're a woman at home, always separate this section and these sections and blow dry them first.
Okay.
Because this hair, and this hair is finer.
And it dries quicker.
So it dries faster. And then if you don't put that in, by the time you finish the back, the growth pattern in the front, like your cow's lick, will already be dry and set in. So you can't blow dry over that. And if you do blow dry over it, it lasts 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And you wake up in the morning time, little tiny bit of head sweat during the night, and your hair will be wild again.
Yeah.
So start there, and there. And then think about how you want your style and how you're going to do it, and then what tools you're going to use. Yeah. Like one of the most amazing things that you can use on your hair, you can buy them off Amazon. They're £45 and it's called I think it's Babulous Big Hair Dye. And it's a hair dryer. it looks like this microphone. It's like a hairdryer and a brush with bristles on it, and it rotates either way or stays stationary.
I haven't got that. Well, I mean,
you don't need it.
I don't need it because
put it in the drawer with your silicone head massager.
I know, and my Dyson hair wrap that I don't use either.
It's not about like the price tag. I wouldn't even buy a Dyson because
I wouldn't.
I think you did, but it's probably in the drawer as well. So it's not about. It's about always got recommendations. Like that's why Amazon's one of the most amazing things because you go on there and you can read the reviews. If you're buying something and something's got 4,000 reviews at 1 star, do you buy it?
No, you're right. Yeah, and I'm like that with my baby stuff actually, and I'm like, God, 2,000 reviews for these baby spoons. 5 star, it must be amazing.
Yeah, and then do you know what? You get it home, you'll try it, and it actually will be.
Yeah.
It's like word of mouth. It's the same in like that, and that's one thing I will say as well about the salon. Word of mouth. Nobody gossips or talks more than hairdressers and clients.
Yeah.
And that's like, how many of my clients are on your pills?
Oh yeah, loads, yeah.
Loads, aren't they?
I go into Chris's salon and they go, oh, are you Elissa? I'm on your pills.
Yeah, I had a client the other day, I didn't tell you this, and she was at the backwash. She went, I can't believe that's Elissa. And I went, Elissa? Like, I was like, and she went, yeah, she's the girl with golden pills, isn't she? And I went, yeah. She went, I'd love one of those gold pots.
Do you know what? You've got 100% chance of getting one if you always ask me. I was in Orton having a drink with Danny
said this to
the
her
other day, and the woman went on the table next to it, I'm not a stalker. But
when they start with that, they are.
I know, yeah. She was like, I'm not a stalker, but I've seen you around here. And I thought, you must have moved around here because I've seen you a few times when I'm on your golden pills.
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I love that. You know, when someone like whenever you go somewhere and someone recognises you, as long as they're not male, I'm happy because then other males know me. But the females, if someone goes, I know you.
Yeah.
And I go, where have we met? And I never say, oh, I've got a salon in town.
Yeah.
I never say that. But when they go, you've done my hair, you've done my cousin's hair. I see your Instagram. Someone did shout George at me the other day. And I was like, George? And she went, you're the one with George, the horse, who's got his own Instagram.
Right.
And I was
sweet.
like, no. Like, it's good to be known for nice things.
You're a Liverpool legend, though.
Legendary.
You absolutely are a Liverpool legend.
I like that, thank you.
Yeah.
Is it a legend because I'm old now?
No, not at all. It's just because you've stated your position in the market in this city, and they know you can come to you. You're trusted, and you're great at what you do. I mean, I use Chris for all my photo shoots, and I can have my pick of the bunch. I really can, and people actually do want to work on our campaigns. But I always pick you because I know safe. I don't give you a brief. Like we are so fucking disorganized sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I don't give you a brief or anything, and you just rock up and do these and I'm talking like big budget, massive hairdos.
Can we talk about the photo shoots? When do those photos even get released?
In a couple of weeks, but yeah, you can talk about it.
Right, so we did Elissa booked me in for the photo shoot in her dollhouse. By dollhouse, I mean it's 1920s, the most beautiful mansion kitsch house ever. And she's taking the wallpaper off the walls, which I'm fuming about.
It's got damp all over them, so we have to. Yeah.
It's absolutely. So like, Curtis was like, "What's the brief?" And I went, "I don't know." He went, "Well, what are you taking with you?" And I went, "Everything." And he was like, "What do you mean, everything?" And I went, "Well, I don't know what she wants, so I need to take everything with me." He was like, "You're taking an apprentice?" And I went, "No." He went, "Why?" And then because Elissa knows my language and I know hers, and I was like, "I'm going to take an apprentice with me. I'm paying them, and they won't even be able to decipher the craziness of like what." She comes in and goes, "Right, okay, this is the dress, this is the earrings," and like I go, "Okay," and then we smash it out, don't we?
I suppose it's whatever the neckline of the dress is, or kind of the look we're going for, and then you look at the model again. It's on the day. Look at the model. Look at the face again.
I've got to say that
luckily
photo shoot,
he turned up with lots of different hair pieces and
everything. I had every accessory. I was dripping in sweat in Claire's in Liverpool, and I was like to the woman, "What have you got that's gold?" And she was like, "Do." And I was like, "I'll have one of them. I'll have one of them." And I took it all, and we went and we smashed it out. Like I that day I drove home, and I was like, I know I have smashed the ass out of that photo shoot because I didn't even take pictures on my own phone because I was thinking, there's no point. There was enough. Though
we had a behind the scenes videographer. We had loads of other people, but everyone's hair looked incredible. It looked great, and
the whole concept.
Do you know what? The styling and the way the house looked and the clothes really, and the photographer and the lighting, it just made that.
It was like Karl Lagerfeld.
It really
like
come
YSL,
together.
like sort of.
I can't tell you how stressful it was putting that photo shoot together.
How long did you have? 2 weeks before?
2 weeks. And I'm not joking, to do it with a baby with no help. Kelly was away for a week. So to do all the orders and then go to Home Bargains every single night. So imagine a house that's bare that you have to then make look like a real house. So everything, plates, spoons, cups, irons, ironing boards, fabrics, cushions, chairs, tables, like fucking, even to just physically get these things into the house, which is half an hour away from my house. It was absolutely monumental.
Well, you smashed it out.
I've got PTSD a little bit from it.
Speaking of which, where's my necklace?
Yeah, it's in the content box.
I make sure I get that.
Yeah, you can have that. It's like the most god-awful thing from
it's
AliExpress.
Not. It's an imitation show pod.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I just liked it because it looked like something that Jackie Collins would have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. And so
no, you can have that.
It's mine. Yeah. And those 2 bedside tables as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, question I get asked a lot is, so we've got products, so Olaplex, good or bad? So recently I've seen lots of news reports saying it's terrible. And then I think I've used it a bit, okay. But is it better out there?
I think it's, I've got to say, I think, because it's a defamation thing if I say it otherwise.
No.
It is with hair products. Trust me, I know. So with Olaplex, like it's good on the right person's hair. Like my partner, he loves it, but he'll never use it on someone with hair extensions.
Right.
Because the hair extensions don't like the protein.
Right.
So the hair gets absolutely destroyed.
Right, okay.
And that's irreversible.
And that's good to know because people with hair extensions probably do use it a lot.
We've had clients come into us, like I have that too specifically, who've bought hair off me for 10 years. And you're like, my hair is awful. Like, I've never had this problem. And I'm like, okay, then I know it's nothing I've done. So what have you done?
Yeah, yeah.
And then what routine are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Because clients think you're stupid. They come in and they go, my hair's all knotty. You've been tying it up wet. No. I'm like, but I'll know if you're lying.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's Olaplex doesn't really agree with some hair extensions.
Right.
I don't know whether it's the type of hair or what origin it's from. But some people's hair, it's amazing. I had it on the other day for the first time ever in a colour treatment because I had my roots done for this.
Right.
And my hair was a ball of knots.
Oh, really? So it wasn't no good for that?
It's no good for naturally curly hair.
Okay.
I think if you're going to use a heat style and you're going to smooth it, maybe it like seals it and coats it. I don't know. But for me, like I got up in the morning time and I sleep like Medusa anyway.
Right.
And I was expecting to get up with like my locks still beautifully flowing on the pillow.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. I literally looked like the guy from Home Alone who gets electrocuted.
Marv,
yeah. And that's what it looked like. That, and because Curtis was like, what have you done? So yeah, it's okay for some people, other people it's not.
Okay, fair enough. And then silk scrunchies, good or bad?
Amazing.
Yeah, so I saw a doctor on this morning, the other day, or on the rain or something. He was saying that silk scrunchies rip your hair. And I was going, sorry.
How?
And he was practically bald himself. I thought, how would you know, mate? Because I know I use them and they're amazing.
They're amazing.
They're amazing.
One of the biggest no-nos in the whole wide world for people with who style their own hair, never tie your hair up wet.
Right.
That's the best advice I'll ever give to anyone. Never tie your hair up wet. If you've got hair thinning on the crown and stuff like I used to, I used to tie my hair up wet. And what happens is hair is like an elastic band.
Right.
So you get a piece of hair, you wet it, it'll stretch. It's called the elasticity test. If it's wet and it's stretched and then you stretch it and put it in a ponytail or tie a really tight bobble around it, it dries, the hair shrinks, can't shrink back to its original form because it's being suffocated and then it snaps.
Right.
So never tie your hair up wet. Silk scrunchies, mwah.
I'm a big believer in them. I've got loads of them now. Yeah. In every different colour. Love them. Yeah.
I used to.
And this is why I was thinking this doctor. I was thinking, he was talking to Ranvia, I'm pretty sure, on Lorraine. And she went back to him and went, so what you're saying, silk scrunchies aren't good? And he went, yeah, absolutely, they break your hair. And I was going, no, mate, you're wrong.
He's lying.
You are wrong.
How does he know this?
Yeah, how does he know? You got no hair on your head.
One of my best friends, Sarah, like she will actually revel in this. Me saying that because every time she used to have a silk scrunchie, I used to rob it, put it in the toilet, and send her a picture of it. I was like, we're not in the 80s, love.
I know.
And now I regret it.
I know.
I've took some of yours, haven't I?
Yeah, no, same. I used to think they were like, oh my God, look at that sap with a scrunchie in. But actually, no.
I actually wear scrunchies. Yeah. If you see me at home, like I literally think I'm Lord of the Manor. I walk around in like silk dress. I only wear silk pajamas now because I'm 100.
Silk pillowcases.
Silk pillowcases, silk dressing gowns, silk scrunchies. And then sometimes I walk around the house I mean, I'm really painting a picture here, aren't I? In one of those hair wraps as well.
Oh my God.
Because I hate my hair. I actually hate my hair being down, but I won't tie it up when it's wet.
I can imagine you looking like, Mrs. Doubtfire when she puts her head in a cake. Like, hello, Lord.
But also, I've just inherited this crazy cockerel. It's a 3-foot cockerel that I was rescuing.
Fucking hell.
So now
did you hate sleep or something?
Sleep, what's that? Yeah, so I'm running around the garden getting chased by this 3-foot cockerel in a dressing gown, and that's all I had on. And a pair of these slippers that had like Diamante horses' heads on them. And I'm running around the garden getting chased by this 3-foot monster, getting attacked. I've still got cuts all over my hands. But you just imagine a little height, and I was like that. Chaos floating in the wind.
How are you haven't got like your own BBC Three show is beyond me.
Watch the space.
I know. Honestly, I always think Liverpool hairdressers, why wouldn't you just... sometimes, like, you go in there and I'm like, the conversations that people have, well, sat in the chair, especially in Chris's salon, are incredible. Like, incredible. Never mind recommending products and this, that, and the other, but you can walk into Chris's salon, not know anyone. I mean, I chat to every single person who's next to me. It's just a good place for gossip.
It's a vibe, isn't it?
It really is a vibe, yeah. It's really good.
When I opened the first salon years ago, I wanted professional, I wanted uniforms, I wanted chandeliers, flock wallpaper, all of that. And then, unfortunately, after COVID, that salon closed and I opened Metamorph House, and I was like, I'm throwing away with all that old traditional sort of what you think a salon should be. It's like walking into Creme de la Mer, like people look at you and you're like, you don't feel like you're good enough to be in that zone.
Yeah.
But now I want every person from every walk of life.
It's quite industrial, isn't it? The building
It's industrial, but it's also feminine as well. So I wanted men to feel comfortable, women to feel comfortable there. And I've done everything in there during COVID with my own bare hands as well. And they look like it today. And yeah, it's got to be a vibe. You've got to go in somewhere and automatically feel like you could just take your shoes off and put your feet up. And I think if you can do that in any walk of life and make someone feel like that, my job's done.
Well, I think that sounds like a perfect place to finish as well. So if people want to get in touch with you, you have a salon in Liverpool called Metamorph House.
Metamorph House, yes. House, Haus.
Yeah, it's fabulous. I know if you travelled there for a specific special day out, you would have the best time.
I'll make sure of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The service
I won't be bringing this Prosecco because I'm like that now.
The service is exceptional. The depth of knowledge that Chris has is amazing. He will never let you go out of the house, like out the Metamorph House, without looking anything but $1 million.
True story.
Yeah.
And you'll probably see Elissa there, multitasking with her baby, burping, getting feeding.
running babies, getting a blow dry. Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm going to finish my drink and then
get on out.
Get on out.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Liz.
Thanks.